I can't believe it. Acro. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know. But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Big cough. Hey pal. You're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe! Oh, forget it, I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax? We got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, detective? Oh, well, if you insist. How about that evidence you mentioned? What is it? Did they find the bust? Here you go. Oh, it's the thing that the prosecutor wasn't going to submit because she's, like, tampering with evidence. Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yup, and I've included it in the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Oh, won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? He doesn't like it. That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me, I've got a message for you from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What did he mean by that, the very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. It looked like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? Okay. Like... Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there is no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Hey, wait, yes there is. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. It's always been you cross-examine now. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. There's not a lot of options here, though. Has this been added to the court record? It has. Bat scarf stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Okay. You're so tactless and dreamy, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. You know what? Mia taught us something a long time ago. When you got nothing. We? You press everything. Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old. My brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us. Because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Berry Big Circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sub-stories, it looks like. Ow! Sniffle, sniffle. No crying in court. Let's keep going. The witness may proceed with his testimony. That's when ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. Hold it! How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, a big brother, all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. About the other people at the circus. This was over 15 years ago. Back then there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. Oh, even she's get to you. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. It was Reggie. She's the only one that's left. And the one reason we didn't think of her because she's the daughter. But she has no concept of death. She thinks that you go to be a star in the sky. And it's almost like it was a payback for her dad killing Leon. So his testimony of when he saw, like everything else was what happened. Except he did see the bust fly up above. Reggie was up higher, possibly with the monkey. Which means we can't try to prove that he did it because he didn't do it. Yeah, Acro is a wonderful person. I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then how long have you been a performer? I became an acrobat around 9 years old. started off as an acrobat at that early of an age. I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. Instead of the Ringling Brothers, the Dingling Berries. I've even heard of them in Germany. Steamy Phoenix. This is where she needs to get the love heart shining over Phoenix. Like, come out this way, have Phoenix's face. Oh, Phoenix. Phoenix. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You truly are a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. Phoenix, oh Phoenix. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Hold it! Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow! 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 No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Man, she whacked us good there. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. Well, we agree with them now as well. I was trying to chase down the truth, but ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that'll be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. You're exactly right, Your Honor. And Phoenix is steamy, dreamy. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know. Can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? I cannot. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so full-heartedly foolish. Did you forget you made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of the Russellberry ringmaster. Now, if you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro? An accidental? No, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. Oh. Was he trying to kill Reggie? He put the note in her pocket. She put the pepper on the bandana? That's why there was pepper in the box? It's because it was his way of saying he knew? But she was never going to open the box. That could be just for us, though. What did you just say? I'm saying the target of the witness murder plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Order. Order. Bailiff. I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro is trying to kill someone else?
Take that!
Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro? You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
Objection!
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to do is say, "You're wrong." That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Ow. Only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. That can be arranged. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence. Now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. It's the note. Where is it? Placed by Acro in Regina's pocket the morning of the crime.
Take that!
Acro, you remember this, don't you? That's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat. Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? No, Russell Berry thought the note was for him after killing Leon. Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note in someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order, order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he'd let the bust fly. Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Objection!
Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas to foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring Regina Berry as a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Oh, hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that alluded to in the note? I know all about it. Incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Wasn't the bailiff supposed to be punching them in the face? Twice, if necessary? Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. Dreamy Nick. I can't answer that question. The judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... There's the bottle.
Take that!
Achoo! 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 What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Yes, that's exactly what we're saying. Taking the note into account is the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Objection!
Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Oh, that's Bat.
Take that!
Who is this? This is Acro's younger brother.
Objection!
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead? Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina? She did that to him? Ah, dreamy Nick. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a dreamy fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. Lion? Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. He's giving us some real, that close-up. He's giving us the eyes. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder, he's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? Well, it was more than that. Definitely more than accident. That lion-biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat.
Take that!
That's just a scarf. Acro? This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. Oh, we're looking a little angry. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina. There is something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Bum, bum, bum. Pepper. 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 Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling. Right before Bat was bit by the lion? For a moment the lion's mouth changed. It looked like he was smiling. Lion smile? I've never heard of him smiling. However, lions sneeze. But Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me.
Objection!
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this jerk of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that was when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot! Ha. Ha ha. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. My imagination? To think there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? You don't mean... You can't... Witness! Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on the top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or lack thereof to be more precise. The murder weapon? The bust that was the defense claims was to be used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. There's no point searching Acro's room because they've already done that. And since we only have one other choice, we just take that one, right? It doesn't make any sense, and I don't think you'd be able to come to this sort of conclusion normally, but when it's multiple choice and there's only two options and one of them is ruled out, it might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but why aren't you going to search his room? Oh, dreamy Nick. It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma Total Justice, Steamy Nick. I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned. Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. Yeah, like your dad didn't leave anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. We found what you think we'd found in that room. Acro would not... If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. What about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but only the evidence is irrelevant here. Is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? I keep telling you, summon Mia and we'll find the bust. Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems like this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness. Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare its present... No. The defense needs time to prepare to present its lace. The defense needs time to prepare to present its lace. I mean case. So I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh. What? We need time to do what? Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your age, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? Well, are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well. The defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue. And I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bus now? Really? Video game logic gives us the answer on this one. It is somewhere in this courtroom. Because it makes no sense except we're playing a video game. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. it obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. Oh, nice. Okay, that's really clever. It's in the wheelchair. Acro. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact the bust is under there. Hey, Snixky, he hides his dingling berries under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. Aww. You fool. How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them. Miss Franziska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. The only place I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of the court, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. Can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell just by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. Seems we've finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So you're saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. First I thought I'd kill myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I just couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. Yes, you are. Believe it, you beat me again. But I won't count this one either, so I'm still undefeated. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion, thus I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. This court is adjourned. Fabulous. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max 1,000,000 of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Oh, look. She's been like this for a while now. Yeah, it is all your fault. Sweetie pie. Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Right, Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro... is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? Yes. Yes, he is. I don't think so. Yeah, what do we do to ask you to start buying adult-sized pants, Max? He's not going to do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You really sure I can believe that? Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making up stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. I don't know. Huh. So the only thing is bat. So, but okay. So for the reason for it to be bat is so that his brother can be there, maybe if he wakes up, right? Or at least be around to while his brother's still alive. But if that's the reason he's not going to try and get revenge. Like, the whole reason we're here is because he tried to get revenge. So this shouldn't change anything. It kind of makes no sense.
Take that!
Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. Well, no murderer wants to get caught. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bad? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then he can meet Acro again. It's so sweet of you, Regina. Sorry, Acro. Sorry, Bat. Hopefully it's enough to give her a peace of mind. Hey, Mac. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. Hey, welcome back, Bonfire. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff and the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided I will take over as the new ringmaster. I've decided I will take over... Yeah. I'll turn this circus into the best circus the world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yeah, I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max? Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? Oh, I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to the court today? We gotta work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been. Yeah, I think I know that bonfire. But, you know. Appreciate you correcting me, the fact that English is my first language. Anyway. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. Max? Nick? It seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. Can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid really paid off like you thought it would. Oh, you had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. Acro really was the killer. I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. It's Edgelord. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgelord. Nice. That's alright, man. Instead of being sorry, just don't offer the English lesson in the first place.